Yeah, so a year ago I was definitely not as comfortable, and then now it's just the health there, surfing, the waves are good, and Jeremy's up now having a crack at this one.
That's right, still hanging out with Owen Wright as this heat starts. Flores, Parco, and Yago Dora. And Jeremy Flores down to his 12th start here at the Quiksilver Pro. Looking to get into this little growing section down the line. Squares up vertically. Great timing for Jeremy. Front side wrap, and Flores still with some room to move. Little foot coming off the tail pad at the tail end, but he'll get a nice jump start against one of the best out here, a local boy named Parkinson, and another rookie. That's exciting to watch, Yago Dora. So Owen, yeah, talking about just that return to mental health, physical health, and getting that comfortability back. First, though, we'll break down this wave. Nice form once again, Potts, out of Jeremy Flores out of the gates.
Yeah, a little bit of a bigger wave as well. I mean, that last heat we saw guys struggling to find these big set waves, maybe because they're kind of running a little bit wide. I'm sure Owen will give us a little bit more insight as we talk about it, but it's not classic snapper at the moment, so you've got to find these little nuggets. And obviously Jeremy on his way to a good score to kick things off, but very tricky conditions, finding that little inside section where little Marley hasn't quite sort of formed yet. Obviously that sand still moving its way down. Jeremy, though, a nice way to start. Owen, obviously tricky out there this morning, but that sand starting to make its way around the corner.
It definitely is.
Almost about to accomplish 2 decades of starts here at the Quiksilver Pro Snapper Rocks. Flores also looking to get barreled, and he ends up going down.
It looks like there was a crease in Joel's board there as well as he was running up the beach.
Owen, are you one of those guys that goes, okay, let's make changes every year in your equipment to make kind of a difference in what you're showing the judges, or do you like that reliable factor of something that worked last year?
I like the reliable factor, and for me, JS has been that, like, I can rely on that. I can say, hey, I need some boards. Coming into last year, I hadn't surfed at all, and I said, hey, I need some boards. I'm about this weight, and popped out a batch, and I was on a winning board for Snapper.
Really cool to see how that training program's been working out. Looks like we've got some live action here from Jeremy Flores, showing some fire on that vertical snap. Now a wrapping cutback. Remember, Jeremy got the start of a 5-6-7 blowtail, lay back to finish. Showing he's still buzzing off that Pipe Masters decision, stealing that win off John Florence with 16 seconds on the clock. That's still just fresh in Jeremy's mind, bringing it to the table here at Snapper Rocks. I mean, Owen, as a current competitor, Potts, you're a world champ.
An opportunity, and he just did it, and it was like, yeah, just huge elation, and he'll be carrying that all year for sure.
Owen, I mean, you won Rookie of the Year, which feels like a different lifetime in some ways. Because, I mean, outside of your hiatus from the tour 2 years ago, you had a back injury before that. You know what it's like to take time off. As a rookie on tour, doing a bunch of slob airs and kind of taking that hi-fi approach.
All in the heat, so.
Oh,
yeah.
My goodness. Was that easy for you to kind of put on that fight back then, or were you just like, thank goodness we got a new system? And we'll continue with this conversation with Owen Wright, but we've got another solid goofy footer up. Yago Dora representing the rookie class. Yago, a much anticipated start, making his rookie debut here at Snapper in 2018. 3.33 start for Yago. Already asking for the ski.
He looks relaxed, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, we do. And I was about to ask you that, like, the transition between coming off the QS into the CT. I mean, it's a different stage, right?
Yeah, and I was just, even to what we were just talking about before, I think it, like, the progression of our sport, and with that priority coming in, it can lead to a much more relaxed rookie, because you're going to get your opportunity.
Yeah.
Whereas coming in, when I came in, there was the type of hassling going on that you might not get your opportunity. So, like, it's really impressive to see the rookies coming on now. Like, look at his shoulders down, he's just relaxed, and he's just going through it,
In saying that, who, out of the rookie class this year, who do you look at as the biggest threat?
Competitors, but also giving back. And I love that simple message, picking up 3 pieces of trash. That's easy for everyone to get their head around. Catching up with Yago Dora. Still down the line here. A couple of 3s to his name now. Needing an 8.71 to take the lead. Parco still second. Flores still out front. Potts and I still hanging out as he's trying to catch up to Jeremy Flores, a guy that's won this event twice, 4-time finalist as well, including being a former world champ. There comes another Clean blast off the lip for Parko. Bates that cutback. The king of flow and style. Local boy here at Snapper Rocks. Will be turning 37 in about a month from now. And hasn't really hinted at that dangerous word called retirement just yet. I don't want to lose all these guys.
No.
Parko looks fired up. How'd you like that effort, Potts?
He has that thing with Snapper Rocks, and he's won it twice and finaled and all that. So yeah, hopefully starts getting in rhythm and gets a couple.
Yeah, such a solid relationship with what would probably be his favorite place for a good reason. Being a home break on tour is extra special.
It is a tricky wave. There's so many different waves that come through out there. Like Joel, I think that's Joel in the pit behind the rock, and then there's the little growers that grow all the way down. Then there's big ones that send way out into the channel.
Towards the end of the year, the previous year.
Felipe Toledo, Federico Moraes coming up next. That was the final at Jeffreys Bay last season. One of the best at J-Bay up now, but here at his home break at Snapper Rocks, Parkinson trying to force the score. Needs an 8-7-1. And now just hoping he gets another opportunity with 3:15 to go.
Well, you never know. That jet ski assist takes around about 30 seconds to get himself back into the lineup, so you'd have to guarantee that he's going to maybe get one more shot. But he will be at the back of the line as far as the priority goes, Joe. So Jeremy Flores playing a great game at the moment. 2 scorers, 5.67 and a 6.57.
But it was cool to see these insights on that whole story. Back to this one with Yago Dora. Still enjoying his rookie debut heat here at Snapper Rocks. Hasn't broken that 3 mark just yet. And still left chasing an 8.71. Now just working on some sort of a reform.
Wow.
And somehow still being able to stick with this thing down to 90 seconds. Yago's dad, Leandro Dora, famous for coaching, was sitting deep behind the rock, but Jeremy has priority. Parko's going to take this wave. Pulls into a nice barrel. Looked messy at the start. He cleaned it up with the exit. Stretches out the carve, gets the rebound. He's got to commit to every part of this wave. It's not giving him much. 7.57 gets him the lead change.
That's that jet ski assist. Got him back out there straight into a wave, Joe.
So we run out of time. Parko's still on the same wave. He doesn't need to get a lap out the back. He was hoping for maybe one more section to work with. Joel's not giving up. Still off the bottom, has some time for one little top turn before he grabs his legs and takes a sigh of relief that one's over.
Trying to think back of a few heats that we've seen where the tube ride has come into play. Let's have a look at Joel here. Slides in, very far from perfect, but geez, he's one of the best tube riders in the world. I'm thinking it's maybe not deep enough. I mean, he couldn't have got any deeper. He positioned himself perfectly, but unfortunately the wave let him down towards the end here. A lot of downtime. So it's going to have to come down to the merit of that tube, and I'm thinking he's just going to come a little bit short, unfortunately. But a good effort there from Joel. He's in a good place. He's looking fit. His boards look really good. It's coming down to really the guy that gets that one good wave, and Jeremy got it, the 6.57.
So last score for Joel Parkinson now in 5.27, not enough.
And competing on tour is still number one, and it's something that I love to do, but I want to be the best version of myself, and I think Glenn can really help me be that.
You definitely have such a good grip on balance in life, and one of the things you're talking about is being involved. You have used your platform for initiatives. Take 3 for the Sea is one of those things that you're involved with. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I try and find balance. I don't always. Often I'll get to the end of the day and just be like, wow, I was in 100 different places all at the same time, but not even there.
He's been training hard in the off-season. Looking forward to hearing what he has to say about that. But Wade Carmichael, strong first turn.
Wow, and that's what I think this kid will bring is obviously there's the flow that he carries, but he carries a lot of speed and power.
Jeremy Flores kicks off 2018 with a big win straight into round 3. Coming up next, former event champ Felipe Toledo headlines Heat 10 with Marias and Tomas Hermes.